Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ma'am. I don't know anything. Um, so what happened was I did a recording of a video where I typed each and everything, explaining each and every line. That's like almost like 52 lines to this code. But what happened was, unfortunately, the time of that video exceeded to 30 minutes. So that video was half an hour long. So I had to uh, improvise, and I thought like I can type this like beforehand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to explain these lines, and then I'm going to be creating functions. All right. So the first four lines. So what the first four lines does is that it is building, or it's importing the tkinter package and creating the canvas. So import tkinter as tk. Wait, importing the tkinter as under the name tk, and the root tk is, or it means the root window is created. So if you want a root window to be created, then you have to put root equals tk. And it usually has like how to say, like title bars, and it has borders provided by the window manager. So the root is provided by the windows manager. And then I could have named this canvas one, but I just went with my name. And what this canvas does, so canvas is like when an artist or a painter paints something on a canvas, right? So a canvas is a creative space. So same like that canvas, this canvas is provided like some kind of area where you can use it for your creativity, for drawing and pics, or you can add text to it and graphics or widgets. And it'll show up, like I'll show that. And the pack, so what pack does is it packs the widgets in rows and columns. So whatever I see, it's rows and columns. So what this pack does is that it packs the widgets in uh, good amount of rows and columns. And next, what we'll do is, what I've done is I've created some entry boxes. So why we are creating these entry boxes is because the user might be, it'll be easy for the user to give the data. So entry boxes are created to collect data from user. And the first two entry boxes, okay, this calculator is just, it'll be like displaying as a topic. And the first two entry boxes will be the first value and the second value. So these are the two entry boxes, and the third entry box is just displaying the calculation, the answer. It will be displayed in this result. And okay, so and then what I've done is that, like, I've created labels. So what label is that? It's labeling that it's the first value, and it's the second value, and it's the third value. Okay, if you want third value, we can give a third value, but I'm just stopping it with two values, so that it will be easy and it will be less time consuming, or else I'll have to be writing a code for that extra. And what I've done here, and the next one is result. And now, okay, what we can put, see, like I have put the font Courier. We can, this is the font, and this is the size of the font. And what I put, we configured the text, like we are customizing the text as to our liking. So if we want in Times New Roman format, we can use it in Times New Roman format. And if you want it to be displayed in a big letters, because that's what I was meaning to do with calculator. I want the calculator to be displayed so big, so I've given it 20. And the other is just like small, so that's, I gave 10, 10, 10 to those things. All right, so now we'll be moving on to creating functions. So functions, as in, so I'm creating this calculator with four functions: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So addition is to add those two values, the first value, the second value. And subtraction is, sub is to subtract, and multiplication to multiply the values, and division is to divide the values. So for each of those four functions, there's an associated button, all right, that can be used to trigger the function. So when you click that button, it will be triggering the function behind, like behind the screen to be happening. And for example, for addition, I'll be giving it as button add, which will trigger the add function to add the values that the user typed in the entry boxes. Okay, so now I'll get on to type the functions. I might be a little bit slow in typing because like I'm not using a separate keyboard. I'm like I had to lean front, and it's kind of like this is like a new environment to me, so I'm adjusting with that. Okay, so we're gonna define add first. All right, and yeah, it's cool. So I'm gonna go with v1 equals entry1, and I want to get it. So get as in it gets the user, I mean it gets the value given by the user, and that's the same case with entry2. So I'm getting the value which the user had put inside the dialog box or the label, and I'm going to label this 4 because till 3 I have done it like 0 1 2 3, and if I give 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 again here, it might run into an error, so I'm giving it as label 4. So label 4 equals tk. What's happening? Yeah, label 4 equals tk dot label. I want the root to be operating here, and I want the text to be float, because the user might be giving a point like a decimal value, or like a whole number or something, or a complex number. I don't know, it can be anything. So that's why for safety's sake we are putting it as v1. So, and this is an addition operation, so we are going to give plus again with float of v2. All right, so now that's finished. Now we move on to the font. So this is our customizing font, where we can customize it however we want. I'm like uh, a very big fan of customizing things, and yeah, I like to customize each and everything which I do. So that's what I'm doing here. So I like this Courier font. It gives some kind of a minimalistic look, and and I'm keeping it as bold, so it might be visible to the to everyone. And I want the background of it to be, let's go with white. So the whole calculator will be white black in terms of white and black, so there's not going to be any colors in there. I'll demonstrate a color though. I'll demonstrate a color of either blue or green. I'll I'll do that at the end. Okay, so after this I make raise one dot create window. That is right, yeah, create window, and I want to give to 10 comma to 40, and window equals okay, label 4. All right, now this is what I was saying by buttons. Okay, so when people click on the ad, so what I'm gonna do in this button is I'm gonna include wait, hold on, button, and I want the text to read as text equals, so we're doing an addition operation, so I want it to be a plus symbol, and the command is to add those two numbers, that is okay, that's correct. Yeah, I want it to add, and I want the background of that button to be black. Yep, and the foreground as in the how to put this, like the font color. Actually, I'm not like mentioning, because like for the black background there's supposed to be a white, I mean foreground, so that's going to be white. I'm mentioning it white. And again, I want the font to be Korean. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this font, but yeah, Korea. Okay, that should be within single quotes, Korea. And I want it to be in the size of 9, because I'm giving 10 here, I'm giving 10 here, it might be a little big, so this is going to be 9. and I want this to be kind of bold. Yeah, so and I want to mention the width of the button. So the width is, I want it to be 5. All right, now again after that, raise, oh sorry, raise one dot create window. All right, now I'm creating a window for our button ad. So that's going to be 90 comma 190, and the window equals button add. So this is the gist of it. So what we're doing here, we're defining a function, and then we're labeling it, and then we're adding a button to it. So I'm just going to copy all of these things, and I'm going to explain it. I'll explain it. So now we're moving to subtraction, and we will make this as 5. So it goes 5 here also. And now it's not plus. We're subtracting, right? So it's going to be minus, and these are all the other are same, and I guess this will change actually. So how much shall I put it? Subtraction, I think 2 times 240 is pretty much it, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll change these values. I'll change these values to 140 and 190. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're subtracting, so I'm gonna, yeah, sub, and this is sub, and the command here, so we are changing the sign, right? So this is going to be minus, and the command is sub. All the other is same. All right, now we move on to multiplication. It's so down. Why is it so down? I'm like, all right, so I've copied this, copy, okay, I'm pasting it here. So now it's multiplication, and this label is 6, label 6. 210 to 40. I think this will be 190. Yeah, 190, and the next will be 240. All right. So, and then this is multiplication. I want to put a star symbol here, and this is gonna be mul. This for like the first 3 letters of the word multiplication. It's going with it. And this is mul. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, this command is mul. Sorry. Yeah, and then we move on. Okay, we have another change also here. We had to change it to multiplication. Yep, done. So now we're moving on to division, and we have given it here 6, so this has got to be 7, and this is 240. Yep. And this has to be the division symbol, and this has to be the division symbol, and this I have to change it to division. I think the other is right. All right, now we're finished, and now okay, this okay, now root dot main loop. So the reason why we're adding root main loop is that all of these things are happening inside the root, because root is the one which the window has created, right? So without this thing, we'll not be getting the output. So I'm gonna run this. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. We got it. This is the calculator. This is 20 in size. Okay, wait. Okay, I can't okay, fine. All right, so yep, so this is 20, and yeah, this the size of the calculator is 20, and then Korea. So what if I want to change it to okay, let's change it to times and see what comes. Yeah, look at that, the font of the calculator changed. That's cool. Okay, so this is how I used GUI. I mean, I created this widget for calculator, and this can be This was like one of the exercise which you gave, ma'am, actually in one of the document which you uploaded. So I thought, building a calculator using widgets tkinter is actually like pretty cool, and I enjoyed doing this, like creating this code actually. So that's it, ma'am. Thank you.